Good evening. All right. Looks like I am live. Well, I should be. Let me share my link on Patreon. All right. I think I'm on. You will see my face soon. Hopefully you can hear me well. Okay. All right. I am testing out the mic. Let me place the mic. I think this is a better spot for the mic. But you can let me know if you cannot hear me, right? I hope it's picking up the right mic. Yeah, it should. So hopefully we are good. I, like always, am prepping more mugs. That seems to be like the default thing that I do in the studio. But it is a necessary evil. Is it an evil? Not really. But it is definitely necessary. How was everyone's weekend? We had some pretty decent weather, which was nice. Oh, where did I go? I am working on prepping up mugs, like I said, and what has, if y'all have been following me recently, I did the Red Order show, what was it now, 2 weekends back, and it was around that time that I introduced my new Argyle mugs. So I did sell out of all of them within the 2 days of the show, and I did take the pre-orders for those mugs, but I'm now trying to catch up to all the pre-orders. That show was pretty exhausting, so I haven't been able to get into the full swing of things. I needed a whole week to 10 days of rest. I did, roll out slabs and everything. I said, okay, let's get started a little bit at a time. And then finally make progress on the mugs. So we are getting there. It shall be done. Can everyone hear me? At least one person say, yes, I can hear you. And I will stop asking that again and again. What I'm trying to do is I'm testing out this lapel mic. I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I'm not sure. And I've been recording some videos trying to see how, you know, trying to make videos on working with clay, specifically extruder videos. And there are a few workshops I'll be teaching soon. Y'all have been watching me on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else, but I will be making some more precise workshops regarding using the extruder and how to actually use it. You can see the argyle lines on my mugs, I think. This was all experimentation. Did not actually work. And once I have these mugs out of a firing, these are all going to be pre-orders. I'm 100% sure I won't have any extras. But what I'm going to share once these come out is share the whole journey of how these mugs came about. You know, it feels like, oh, I thought of an idea like a week before the show and then made a bunch of pieces and that was it. It doesn't really work like that. Okay, no one wants to tell me whether they can hear me or not. So I'm going to have to check for myself. Have to check whether I'm actually live on Facebook. Oh, the sparrows are getting released. Okay. Yes, I am live. I don't know if my volume is there. I should check that too, right? I'm live. Okay. I could hear myself. So you all are just watching. I see there are people watching. Just on the OBS platform, I cannot see who is watching, but if you do post a comment, I can see that. So yes, the Sparrow wheels are launching next weekend on Saturday. Those are the dadeless spinning wheels. It's weird. When I'm working with clay, I talk about spinning. It's happening again. I thought I would, be very strict about when I'm in the clay studio, just talk about clay. And when I'm in the fiber studio, just talk about fiber related stuff. But I cannot. They are all intermingled in my life. When I'm doing one, I'm thinking of the other. So yeah, I'm going to talk about spinning while working with clay. How about that? So majority of these are going to be the new argyle mugs. I do have the traditional stockinette mugs and some lace mugs also happening in this firing. And my inventory currently for my regular 16-ounce mugs is really low. Hence, I'm making more mugs. But I am running really low on inventory, so just working up towards it. Next pile of mud. How many do I have? I think I have total of 48 mugs. No, 16 with 16, 30 to 40 mugs. I have 40 mugs. I have some yarn bowls. I have to still make some jumbo coffee mugs as well. But you can see on this camera, that's the lace pattern that I'm working on. So these two mugs were lace mugs, but you can see the next one. That is one of the embroidery pattern mugs. Either everyone is very silent today, or I'm just not seeing comments. I cannot tell. Looks good. Okay, for people who are watching, I do have a question. Maybe then somebody might comment. Um, I am planning on doing some workshops with clay, and I wanted to know what kind of format do you prefer? Do you prefer a live Zoom workshop where I'll be doing all the things live? And because clay does take certain time to dry before I can move on to the next stage, you know, I'll have to prep pieces earlier and stuff like that. Or the other option is if the entire video is pre-recorded and edited with, the close-ups and everything. Means you would get the close-ups and everything even in the live, but sometimes that can be a little tricky. But if it's edited and everything, it's a different story. So, is there a preferred method? It's been 2 years of us taking classes and stuff online. Do you have one preference over the other? Let me know. Mugs do feel a little thicker side today. Some of them do. Now these are the plain stockinette mugs, as you can see. Also, in addition to the clay workshops, I'm thinking of doing some spinning workshops. So, if you don't say anything, then I will not know what kind of workshops you would like me to do. Or is everyone just so tired after the weekend? Stacy, what about combination of the two? Some done live and some pre-recorded. Yes, that is one format that I am considering, Stacy, and thank you so much for responding. Um, Especially with the clay workshops, because the thing is there are so many parts of clay that that need to be done at different stages. Like if I was doing a live workshop, I cannot make an entire mug from start to finish in 2 hours. Yeah, so having the whole process kind of pre-recorded so that I'm not, so just standing there waiting for clay to dry and things like that. And then I would still be live while all of that is being, played. So I can be interrupted for any questions or things like that, and I can clarify things as we go along. And then, a Q&A as well. That is kind of like the format I like. But I'm just not, I need to kind of try it out. Like I have been recording videos for doing some workshops like that, and it's taking a significantly long time to create those videos. And it's because I'm, kind of trying to make an edited video and stuff. It's like I feel I need a script. I feel like I cannot be fumbling for words, so I have to write everything and then read it out. And sometimes it even sounds a little mechanical than, like how I'm chatting. Yeah, I did the whole step outs and everything. See, I have my scripts which are lying around here. I've been doing all of that. But that's what the thing is. It's like, I feel like, oh, it's a recorded video. So there is no reason for me to, be fumbling for words or, framing a sentence or anything. So then I feel that I need to have a script prepared, and then I read from a script. It's a lot easier if I read from a script, but then it doesn't feel very natural because when I'm talking live like I am right now, uh, you know, it's a lot more organic. And but then the process suffers because, like, if I was, for example, teaching how to make a mug like this, the only stage I can do right now is this stage. I cannot make the other stages like right away. Zoom the live. Yeah, Zoom is live. I don't know what you meant by Zoom the live. I mean, Zoom the video? That's what I was thinking. I can Zoom the pre recorded video while being live on the Zoom call. So I can answer questions and stuff. So I'm going to actually try both setups. There's a workshop coming up in May for making one of my oil bottles. And there is another workshop coming up for making my pillow forms, which is going to be in July, I believe. Yes, it's in July. That's going to be like a live Zoom workshop. So you'll get to see. So I'm going to try both methods then. But, they are a ways away, but I think at least it'll give me a good idea as to what I prefer as well and what other people prefer. Because until I do it, I don't know what people want. Since people have been watching me on, live Facebook and Instagram and stuff for a while, and I think it's beneficial. So currently I've not recorded any of my spinning related videos, but that might happen as well. And because I kind of work a little bit like, I hate using the word production line or whatever or assembly line, but it kind of is like, I've prepped up all my clay. Now I'm prepping up all the slabs for making mugs. It's just so much more efficient for me to make the same kind of mug. They're all still going to have their own personality because you're all hand built, but stopping after prepping one slab, making the mug, like switching out tools and all, I find that to be very time consuming. So what I do is I just prep all the clay all together. And in a live format, that's kind of then hard to do. People will just get bored. They're like, is he just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again? For a live chit chat like this on Facebook, it's fine, I think. But if it's a paid workshop, I think people want to see the entire process in a certain amount of time. Excuse me. Sorry if you had your headphones on and I coughed right into the mic. I didn't realize that. Oh, so your internet is patchy tonight. I hope it's not at my end. Plus, I'm trying this new mic so that, you know, you don't get to hear other sounds. So, Stacy, no, it is at your end. Okay. I'm sorry. It sucks when the internet is bad. We rely so much on it, right? And now it's like all kinds of entertainment, watching TV shows, everything is just like, no, you need your Netflix and everything else. We haven't had a regular television or cable in the longest time. It's been a very long time. I think ever since we moved into this house, which is going to be close to 18 years now, we didn't have a regular. I think we had cable for a little bit, for maybe a year or two or something. You know how they tempt you with free HBO and this and that, and then the next month, not just the free stuff, you cancel all the free stuff, but even your regular rate is like twice the price. Don't like cable companies for that. So we cut everything off and just relied on a good internet connection, and that was good enough. Alright, this pile of marks is also done. We have one more. Then maybe I should start making the mugs too. This one is there. These are all going to be the argyle mugs with that fine knit pattern on it. It's barely visible. Let me see if I can show it in the close-up. But you can see, yeah, there it is. That's the fine knit pattern. What is that? Is it an air pocket? Well, we'll find out eventually. Need a new roller. It's gotten gunky. So from all the pre-orders of the argyle mugs, in this next firing, I'll be able to fulfill only half of them. So I'm working towards getting them all done, but these are a lot more time consuming than any of the other mugs. Like this part of the texturing and prepping up the clay is one thing, then actually doing the argyle is different, you know, having that cross mark, and then the whole glazing process. It takes me 4 times longer to glaze one of the argyle mugs. Is it 4 times? No, I would say 5 times longer. Yeah, it takes me 5 times longer, at least, than glazing any of my other mugs. I wish you could charge 5 times more the price, but been nuts. So, anyone watching who went to Stitches West this weekend? Stitches West happened in Sacramento this weekend, and it is the first one that I have missed in many years. Air pocket. Let's see if this fixes it. Never too fond of air pockets. Just few more mugs and I'll be done. It's amazing. I sometimes procrastinate about doing something for such a long time. Like I've been wanting to do this since I woke up this morning at 6. And I think it's like what, 45 minutes? Right now I'm at 35. I think it'll be like 45 minutes of doing this and I'll be done. But the entire day I was thinking, oh, I have to do this. I still haven't started. It's going to take me forever. No, it's not. It's just going to take me 45 minutes. And I know this from before, but I still procrastinate. Plus, it was a nice day out, even yesterday, today. So it gives opportunity to take Casper out for a walk. Has to be done. So, and I don't know where the time goes sometimes. And I was supposed to at least make some more progress on my quilt, which I kind of did. So if you're following me, you must have seen that made I made a quilt in the yellow and blue colors, and I'm going to be raising some funds for the Ukraine refugees. So I need to finish that quilt. And right now it's nowhere close to being finished. Means the quilt top is done. I did finish piecing the backing, which wasn't much. It was, I just had to make like 4 seams or something, and that was it. But that needs to be done as well. But now I have to make the quilt sandwich and actually quilt it. When I had started on this quilt, I thought I would hand quilt the whole thing together, not hand piece it. But definitely I thought I would hand quilt it, which I still kind of feel like doing, but I know that would just delay the process of finishing the quilt. And so I'm like, no, let's just do it now and get it done. I'm not entirely sure as to how I'm going to quilt it yet. I keep going back and forth with 2 particular designs, and I really don't know which one would actually work the best. We have some 2 lace mugs here. Big pile of clay to recycle. Oh, and those piles are creeping out. pattern is so textured, but it looks so good. After the stock, the lace pattern is definitely the most popular. But looking at the sales of the Argyle mugs, it feels like the Argyle mugs are more popular. But time will tell whether the Argyle mugs will stay or it's just gonna be for this year. I at least keep a mug design going for a year. And then at the end of the year, I decide whether I want to continue making them or I'm done. And it can depend on several things. One is, of course, popularity. If people are ordering it and ordering a lot, then I'll be like, yeah, let's keep it going. Another thing is if sometimes I start off making a particular pattern, like I remember this happened with the speckled mugs I had made, which looked like speckled yarn knitted up. When I started it, I was like, oh, this is so good. I really like it. It was very popular. Everything was good about it. But it was so time consuming to make. And I got very sick of making them. I didn't like painting each and every stitch in different colors to make the speckles. It was too time consuming. So yeah, I kind of stopped. I was like, okay, I cannot do these. It's just too much work. So it really depends, on what happens. So sometimes that happens. The other thing can happen is the texture that I have carved out to actually make the textures on my pieces. I have a master slab that I work off from. If something's happened to that, like did it get mixed up, or after doing a lot of textures, a pattern is not coming out that good, then I decide whether if it's a really popular pattern, like the stockinette one, it's really popular, do I make a new one and start it? And I always do for the stockinette. For the lace, I have as well. But sometimes I'm like, no, like the garter stitch one, it was so hard to make that master slab that I was like, no, I'm done. I can't make another one. So I had to discontinue for that reason. These are the main three reasons I think why I discontinue certain patterns. And then people go like, why are you making them anymore? I'm like, because I want to make some other stuff. And if I keep making all these different patterns, then when I do a show, I have to take all these patterns with me. If I have them just listed on my website as made to order, that's fine. Like, I can make those, but it becomes so hard to keep track of which pattern that they want, which color, and then it, messes up with the flow of me making the mugs, because I have to do different things for different mugs to get the different patterns. But anyway, I am done for tonight. See, it took me less than 45 minutes. So I should have done this in the morning and just been done with it. But yay, procrastination. But it's the weekend, so next week is going to be a super busy week, and I look forward to what happens next week. Thank you all for joining in. You can visit my website, creativewithclay.com. If you're interested in workshops, whether it's clay related or spinning related or anything else related, you can sign up for those on my website, creativewithclay.com, and there is a link for workshops. So I will catch you all later. Have a good night.